Hello, you are watching the African Safari series. What I do is I help people connect with their divine nature and their truth through the animals. I find this is most easily done on sacred travel, so safaris and other wildlife trips. If you think a safari is out of reach for you, I encourage you to watch my manifestation videos and join me in my free manifestation class, How to Manifest Your Bucket List. Today's top question that people have is, are African safaris safe? Now, what I don't know is if people are asking about the wildlife. Is it safe for me to go into the wildlife area? Or are they asking, is it safe for me to be in this country? I don't know anything about the customs of this country and what the people are like. So I'll address it a little bit on both ends. First, are you safe with the wildlife? If you are going with a reputable safari company, yes, you're very safe. I can't say this is true for every single safari company out there, but I know the majority of them have the best interest of their guests in mind. They have to if they want return business. What I can't speak to is if all of them are well trained in animal behavior and what they need to do, what they need to tell the guest to do, and how to stay on top of a rising situation. So I do encourage you to check out reviews for your safari company. It's possible someone will come to you and say, hey, I know someone that will drive you out on safari. I know someone that will take you out on a game drive from this lodge or from Nairobi or from Mombasa, wherever you are. It's possible that those people are very well trained and they are very capable of taking you out on a drive. Again, I can't speak to everyone's ability to know the behavior of the animals and to know what's a potential danger and how you need to respond to that. Hopefully they would. Hopefully, if someone is telling you, I know someone that will take you out, they know that they're a safe person. But you can't always know if it's just some random person taking you out on a drive. So if it's something you're worried about, I absolutely recommend investigating the safari company you're thinking of going with. They should have reviews on Yelp, on Travel Advisor, and some of the other travel websites. They should be able to provide honest guest reviews and recommendations or testimonials. And another thing is to ask for referrals from your friends. When you know people that have come back from safari and they had a great time or they didn't have a great time, keep that in mind. You might not think you're going on safari this year or next year, but maybe in 5 years or in 10 years you want to. So just kind of tuck it away. The other thing, there's so many different kinds of safari and places to go on safari. I mean, there's a lot of countries in Africa. A lot of them have safaris. They have the wild animals. Every country has its own set of rules and regulation as far as what's required of their safari operators. So again, ask a trusted source, person you know, investigate them thoroughly online before you go, if it's a concern for you about being too close to the wildlife. And then the other aspect I said I would talk about is the people, the culture. Will you be safe as a Westerner? I'm going to assume you would be asking this if you are from either the European countries or North American countries. Would you be safe in this new culture and land where you don't know anyone? So take a look at the travel advisories from your country. They will set up travel advisories if they feel there's a danger for you to go to this particular country. You can also look at the news, what's been going on in the country lately. And often the problems in the country do not apply to the tourists and the visitors, because if there is some kind of demonstrations or some kind of militant pushback, it's often directed at the locals or at the local government and not where you're going to be out on safari. Now, that doesn't mean, you're absolutely safe. I can't promise anything, obviously. Be aware of what areas are hot in your particular country that you're going to and where you're going to be in that country. And if there is conflict, I know that my safari guides will avoid these areas. It doesn't matter if it's mid-safari. If something happens near one of our locations, we'll change our route. Everything is about keeping the guests safe. And I would assume if you're going with a reputable company, they will also do that kind of thing. Above all, guest and animal safety are the two primary concerns for the safari companies, or they should be. So if your government says it's safe for you to travel there, and if you look at everything you need to look at and you feel pretty comfortable with your safari company, then I would say go for it, because it's truly a once in a lifetime adventure. It's something that you can't repeat anywhere else at any time. You can go on safari after safari and have a different experience every single time. So go for it. I would say try not to let fear overcome if there's not a real risk for your safety. And I'd love to talk to you about your safari plans. You can find me at revkarencleveland.com. You can sign up for my free manifestation class at bit.ly/free how to manifest. And you can also get a series of videos about Kenyan safaris, the ones that I go on most of the time, at revkarencleveland.com/safari. So I'd love to connect with you. Let me know if you have any questions, and have fun on safari.